No, I know.
All right, got quite a few people jumping in. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Good deal. All right. Yeah, we're just waiting for Walt to jump in, but doing things a little bit differently today. I'll be presenting this training to you guys. We're going to go over the model, offer, and pitch. Super excited about this one. Had a lot of feedback on, how can we get more training on what kind of business model we should choose, whether that be done for you, SaaS, and then, how to create an irresistible offer, and then obviously how to put all those things together and create that pitch that's going to help you guys drive sales. So excited to dive into this one. Just give everybody a couple more minutes to jump in here and we'll get started. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and just dive in. Julio says audio not good. Can you guys hear me all right? Just drop a 1 if you guys can hear me okay. Cool. All right. So we're going to dive into the model, offer, pitch, how to choose a business model, craft an irresistible offer, and create a high converting pitch. Again, super excited to dive into this with you guys. And we'll go ahead and get started. All right. So on the agenda today, I'm going to go through the model, offer, pitch. We'll have time for a Q&A at the end for you guys. Hopefully Walt can join us here to kind of help with any questions we got in the chat, but I will do my best to answer those as we go. All right. So I always want to start off with, in case we've got anybody new on the call here, White Label Suites mission. So we're really here to help the world connect with more opportunities and positively impact billions. So in order to do that, our goal is to enable entrepreneurs with the resources they need to grow their business. That's why we put on these trainings. That's why we've got the community. That's why we are super involved in helping you guys with those things. So always want to mention that. The recording and resources we've got in this training, everything will be available in the community. We do our best to, get that loaded as quickly as possible, but usually have it up in about 24 hours. So that's at community.whitelabelsuite.com. If you haven't joined our community yet, you can go to whitelabelsuite.com/community and get signed up there. It is free to join. But that is where we'll be dropping that replay and the resources for you guys. All right, so diving right in, the model. Super important that as we go through this, got a few examples for you guys here. But it's really important to pick one, right? Um, Otherwise, if you are, the model you choose for your target market, that'll decide or really depend on what you want out of your business, right? So if your target market expects that it should be a done for you service, then that's going to be the one that you're going to want to go with. But we'll go through these examples of done for you, done with you, or do it yourself, which is really kind of that SaaS model that only involves selling the software and providing, support and resources there. So some examples for you guys, done for you, that agency services model, kind of one that we're all really used to seeing, right? So that's like the outbound account-based marketing. You could use white label suite for this and a marketing platform like High Level as an example. So this would cover like done for you services for lead generation, lead management, and automations that are involved there. Another example with like done for you, that would be the consult or done with you, the consultant model. So you come into, maybe you're a consulting agency that comes in to a company and you're paid to consult on which systems you should put into place for lead generation, management, and those kind of things. And then the do-it-yourself model. So this is software as a service. Again, as an example, using white label suite. You can either create packages and sell plans, for that lead generation and prospecting software, or maybe you've got, another software that you use there to do that. So, what's the best way to choose your model? Number one, what does your target market expect? So, if you've chosen a market that expects hands on service, for example, then a done for you model would be your choice there. Super important to do your research on there. The last thing you want to do is come into that model and your target market, expects that, but you're offering them a DIY service, probably not going to, convert the clients that you want to there. And do you have a network that you can tap into? This one's super important. So if you're just getting started, I would consider, how many people you can get in front of compared to the model that you're choosing. So, as an example, your current client base, you could offer them DIY using white label suite as an example to create that lifetime value by upselling them on a plan. But if you are just getting started, you don't have any clients yet, the best thing you could probably do as an example is offer the done for you service with lead generation and lead management to um, help you get started. Yes, if everybody can mute, that would be awesome. So another thing when considering which model to choose, what is your current skill level? So knowing exactly what gaps you have and be prepared to fill them by investing in a delivery solution. That's what you can do by having that onboarding fee, right? And knowing, hey, in the beginning, as soon as I choose this model, create my offer, sell this package that I've got, I'm going to have to know exactly where to fill that gap in. And that's where that onboarding fee comes in to help you do that. And obviously fill it as quickly as possible by collecting that fee up front and having that relationship in place with whether that be a VA or you're going out to Fiverr or whatever that looks like to make sure you can deliver on that. And then what can your market actually pay? This one is super important too. So just because you really want to, work with a certain market doesn't mean that they can pay. If you have this is where sometimes chasing your passion can get you, into trouble. If you're chasing a market and a model and they actually can't pay for the services, then it's going to be super hard to get your business off the ground, right? So at the end of the day, your model needs to deliver enough value to your market while generating a profit for your business. All right, getting into the offer. So, people don't buy because a product is good. They buy because a product sounds good. And one of my favorite examples, say for instance, you're walking up um, to a couple of lemonade stands. You got one on the left, one on the right, and one says yellow sugar water, and the one on the right says fresh squeezed lemonade. Now, this is the same product, but obviously a bad offer. And I can probably guess, which one you would which one you choose if you had these options in front of you. So, what is an offer? An offer is a carefully crafted solution which solves a specific problem and how you deliver it. Something that is so beneficial to your target audience, they can't refuse it, right? And if you're the Godfather, this is super easy for you. So an offer is not a sales promotion. It's not an ideal situation like get more leads. It's not a business. So an offer is not just your business name, and it's not just your product. So when you're putting together an offer, you want to make sure that you keep these things in mind. Super important as well. You want to focus on one problem, one market, and one solution. We were just talking about the model, and I mentioned that in there as well. So everything comes down to choosing one. If you can focus on one model, one problem, one market, one solution, it's going to be a lot easier for you to put your offer together and in turn create a pitch that's actually going to convert people into clients. So this is important because I don't know why this image didn't load here, but none of us are Tony Robbins, right? Um, yeah, what this image shows is Tony just making a generic offer that just says, "Hey, here's the 8 triggers of how to avoid economic disaster." Um, if you're Tony and you've got $1 billion company and you already built an audience over the last 50 years, then you can make vague offers like that and basically say anything that you want to, and people will purchase just because of your name or the company, right? But we're not Tony Robbins. So what we need to do is follow the 10 laws of an irresistible offer. So this is going to help you not make your offer sound like yellow sugar water. And we'll dive right into those. So number one, you want to pick the problem. And really you want to stick to just 3 markets: health, wealth, or happiness. You don't want to dabble in between. You don't want to say, oh, well, I focus on this one, but sometimes, this also comes into play. You have to be really specific on the problem that you're tackling for your target audience. So when you're picking a problem, think of it, if you're picking the health market, I gained 20 pounds after working from home. That's the problem, right? That's the correct way to look at it. I want to lose weight. This is the want. That's an ideal situation. That's not actually a problem. That's just what they want. So the want happens when a problem is solved. All right. And then wealth. I pay too much in taxes. That is an actual problem. Incorrect way to look at that would be I want to pay no taxes. Um, Daniel, you're suggesting these are the only problems we should solve. No, I'm suggesting these are the only uh, markets that you can solve: health, wealth, or happiness. At the end of the day, that's the 3 that it comes down to, and you want to make sure that you're picking one of those. So the happiness example: I'm lonely and can't find love. That's the correct problem to focus on because their ideal situation is they want to find their dream wife, right? And just real quick, want to say hi to Walt as he's just jumped in here. How's
Hey,
it going,
bud.
Walt?
Thanks for kicking off the training. I absolutely completely forgot that we were starting an hour earlier this week. So, dude, thank you for taking the helm. I appreciate you.
Not a problem. So we've gone through the model, and we've just started on how to craft a irresistible offer.
Beautiful, amazing. Since we've got a pause, guys, and just something I wanted to jump in with. Kyle and I were talking yesterday, as we do every day. We were talking about how can we our mission as a company is to make sure that we're enabling entrepreneurs to succeed, right? So we were talking yesterday about what do people really need and how can we help them create it. And above all, this skill of crafting this offer and getting your systems ready into the marketplace is the one thing that you can transpose anywhere. It doesn't matter what product you sell. We could go out and grab different products and follow the same framework. So the importance of this can't be understated. I'm super thrilled that this is being made available to you guys. So huge thanks and props to you, Mr. Carl.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Number 2, we want to get specific on the person. So this is where you're creating that, excuse me, that avatar, right? So what are their personal characteristics? What do they do professionally? Where are they located? What's their age? Where are they? And what do they want? Number 3, pick the market. We're just going over that when you're talking about the problem, right? So you can only pick one, and the reason why this is mentioned twice is because you don't want to, as I mentioned, you don't want to create an offer around health, but then also talk about something that's in the wealth market at the same time. Because what you're going to do is confuse people about exactly what you're trying to do for them and help them with, right? So you, when you're looking at this, it's an offer to be healthier in some way. It's an offer to make or save money. If you're focused on happiness, it's an offer to be happier with yourself or others, as an example. Number 4, you want to understand the consequences. So what's at stake for them if they don't take advantage of your offer? What happens if they don't solve the problem right now? What happens in a year from now, 5 years from now? As we go into the examples of creating an offer, this will start to make more sense. But you really want to pin.
Sorry, bud. Kyle, that was me. See, there was a reason I wasn't here in the room. I'm asking you to unmute, bro. That was me making sure everybody.
Sorry about
I was
that.
doing my admin thing, making sure everybody was muted. Sorry.
All good. What?
So we got to number 3. Yep. Keep going. Like we lost you for about 30 seconds. We lost you for about 30 seconds.
So didn't hear number 4 probably?
Didn't hear the introduction of number 4. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So understanding the consequences. This is super important because you want to know, you want to basically let them know what's at stake for them. So what happens if they don't solve the problem right now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And you can't ever over exaggerate this. And I think the more that you do that, honestly, the better that they're going to understand, like, okay, if I don't solve this problem and you know what my problem is, then obviously, I need to take advantage of this offer right now because of you understand the consequences if I don't take action on that. Number 5, understand what they think. This is a big mistake too that I see a lot of times, because when somebody's creating an offer, they only think about what they think the problem is, and they're not doing the research or survey or going out into a group and learning about and understanding what their target market thinks that problem is. So this is important because when you're creating your offer, it's going to teach you how to speak their language. As an example, when I used to work with contractors at a marketing agency, I had to learn to talk about, what was important to them. And at the time, it was keeping their estimators busy. So being able to speak about that language of estimator keeping them out of their truck, booking appointments, just being able to speak from their perspective when creating an offer, really helped me understand, what they think. And it's good to use those things in your offer. Have you ever felt like? Have you ever thought? Have you ever seen? Like doing things from and talking about it from their perspective is super important. And then number 6, what do you know is the problem? So you figured out what they think it is, from their perspective, how they feel about it, but what is the real thing that's stopping them? And from your experience, that's where this would come in for what know is a natural source of their problem. And then number 7, pick the path. What is the new way to get what they want? Mistake I see with this is people think that it's their product. You're not talking about your product name when you're making the offer. So it's a new approach to solve a problem. Your offer is the thing that will help them execute the path more efficiently, faster, or going back to that model with some help if it's a done for you service. And then you have to sell them on the new path, and then you can introduce your product. And that'll start to make sense here in a second as we break down the instant pitch formula coming up here. And then number 8, you're going to want to pick the right person, meaning name 3 things that they need to have for you to get them results fast. So we described the person earlier, but we want to make sure that we're picking that right avatar so that what we're doing can obviously help them solve their problem quick, and they're equipped to do that as well. So as an example, when we were the agency Comet Suite, we referred to this as our 333. So they had at least 3 years in business. There's a $3,000 minimum product that they had, or an LTV, and they had at least 3 employees. We knew if those 3 things existed, we could help them get results fast, right? So you're defining your avatar based on the probability that you can deliver. That's super important. And then number 9, 3 things for a quick win. So the best offers are designed around a quick win. And what are 3 things you can do within the first 30 days to get them a quick win that makes the investment worth it? The best offers do 3 simple things, and they never take advantage. So that way, if they never take advantage of whatever else you offer, they're happy with that. And then number 10, you're going to want to make sure you design the deliverables, right? So how you deliver your offer is really just a personal preference and where you shine the best. So refer to the business model. And then what's important is that it gets the result as fast as possible. So focusing on delivering those 3 quick wins. And then just some things to avoid as you're creating your offer. So not creating a path. As I mentioned, the path is not your product. So the path is how it's done. Your product is how you help them take the path easier, faster, with more certainty in how they will succeed. Another mistake, creating offer around what you can do rather than finding a problem to solve. So just because you're super passionate about underwater basket weaving, as an example, it's not a problem that maybe your target market has that they need somebody to, that's a problem that they need to have solved. So the result of your offer promises, the next one is the result your offer promises is not the exact opposite of the consequences of the problem. And then not design your offer around a quick win. All right. Before we move on and wrap up that, drop a 1 in the comments here if this is helping you understand what it takes to create an offer. I want to know if this is resonating with you guys.
111.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, we just covered the 10 laws of an irresistible offer, how not to make your offer sound like yellow sugar water, and move on here to this is my favorite part, the instant pitch formula. The reason why this is instant, so everything that we've just gone over here in the 10 laws of an irresistible offer, you guys will see we'll just plug right into this formula. So this is awesome. The first part of this, we're going to call out the audience. So are you a audience? This is number 2 from the 10 laws that has problem. Number 1, you just plug that in. And is frustrated that you may experience consequences. Number 4. So you could list out 1, 2, or 3 things that might happen if they don't take action. How would it feel to solve XYZ problem? Again, you're just plugging in that specific problem. And then challenge
go back a slide, mate. So like the example would be, are you a realtor that is struggling to get new listings and list homes, and you're frustrated that you may be facing a cold, hungry month without making sure that those homes are for sale if you don't fix it? How would it feel to solve that problem of not being able to list homes once and for all? It's like, so you can insert those in, you can hear how it resonates. And straight away, if you're a realtor that's facing that problem, like, and as Kyle said, like following some of those comments there as well, you haven't mentioned the product. We haven't said, then you need to like whatever, blah, blah, blah. No. This is absolutely, if you are this person, you're facing this problem. You might have this consequence if you don't solve it. How would it feel to make sure that was solved? You can feel how that resonates with people. So thinking about what you have and how you can solve the big problem with audiences. Are you a small business that is struggling to generate leads and you're worried that you're not going to be able to make payroll next month? How would it feel to never have to worry about looking for leads ever again? Just thinking about how this puts together, you can feel how all of these pieces fit into this formula.
Yeah, that's perfect, because a lot of the time, and as you guys dive into this and go back through it, we'll obviously provide the slide deck for you, but you'll start to notice this as it becomes more clear on creating an offer. When you, like, I notice it on social media all the time. I notice it on billboards, whatever, and I can see like, okay, cool. They called out the audience. They've solved the problem. They've, made clear what the frustration is. They've got that, emotion built into there. How would it feel? How would you see yourself? Imagine when. And then you just see some where it's like, buy leads. And that's it. Okay.
It's like, we do fencing. And you're like, cool. Awesome. Yeah. Like, we've been the best accountants in the city for 25 years. Good on you. It's like, there's such a massive difference between the people that get it right and the ones that just bounce straight off you.
Right. All right. So the first part of that instant pitch formula is you're going to want to call out your audience. And then the second piece of this, and something important to remember with this. So I'm obviously breaking this down in a few different slides for you guys, so it's super clear. But think of the instant pitch formula as something that you can either, use in a VSL, you can use in a webinar, because this is actually important thing to remember here. This is like a 60-second, this could be a 60-second pitch, this could be 60 minutes. Because you're actually following this formula and framework, you can make this as short or as long as you want to, as long as you follow the formula and not, veer off somewhere and get lost in the weeds. This will help you pitch your product or service. So next thing you want to do is challenge your thinking. And you start that off with, now you may think you need, insert old path, but the real root of your problem is, and again, this is from number 6 in the 10 laws, which is why new path. Again, we're not talking about the product. We're not saying, now you may think you need Windows 95, but you actually want to buy a Mac. Well, that's not challenging my thinking. If I'm a Windows person, I'm never going to buy a Mac, right? So you want to keep that in mind, and you want to list out, okay, it's better, and here is why. So challenging their thinking. And then you want to filter your customer and explain how you can help them. So if you, and again, we're entering those those 3 characteristics from number 8 here. If you are, if you are a residential realtor who focuses on this, that does that, we can help you with this by insert 3 things for a quick win. We can provide the social media videos that you need to get more appointments booked, and the blah, 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 right? That will get them that win within the first 30 days of working with them. And then tell them what to do next. This is super important, because most time with a pitch, you'll see them, you start talking, you veer off from the weeds because you're not following that formula, and then you forget to call them to action, right? So if you want to chat further, if you want to buy, if you want to take the next step, if you want to, whatever that looks like for you, make sure you tell them, do this thing, here's the call to action, this is what it looks like. And then obviously with we're providing these slides for you guys, we've got the whole instant pitch formula mapped out in a doc, and you can literally just plug and play and put those things in there. All right. Next one here. So far we've covered the model, the offer, the pitch, and we're coming up on Q&A. But before we get to that, I'm going to show you guys a real example of an instant pitch formula in action here. So, are you an agency owner struggling to book sales appointments and get clients? Are you worried that you may never create the freedom you had envisioned for your life, or worse, settle for the 9-to-5 you absolutely hate that you have to show up to every single day if you don't fix this? How would it feel to consistently book your calendar with sales appointments and get new clients like clockwork every single month? Now, you may think you just need a product to sell in the best looking funnel, but the root of your problem is your offer, which is why getting clear on who you serve, the problem you solve, and how it is vital to your success, because no one cares about your product, service, or how good your funnel looks. We want to know your offer is going to solve their problem. If you can dedicate the time, have the desire, and are coachable, I can help you with this by identifying a business model that makes you happy, creating a core offer, and perfecting your pitch so you can get clients within the first 30 days. So, would you guys take advantage of that offer?
Absolutely.
Drop a 1 in the comments.
Sold, says Taylor. I love it.
Sold. All right.
Al says 1. It's always about the offer. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, if so, we actually have something special for you guys. We put together a program called the Offer Fast Track, and this is a 4-week intensive. You'll have access to group coaching calls, a private group, and we'll actually get together once a week. You'll have some homework to do before we jump on those calls, but we'll get together. Week 1, we'll help you pick that right business model and strategy so you can effectively decide, like, okay, this is how my business makes money. I'm going to be happy delivering on this kind of service. Week 2, we're going to help you craft an irresistible offer so you can get clear on who you serve, the problem you solve, and how. Week 3, we're going to create a high converting pitch so you can close more deals. And week 4, we're going to focus on designing a funnel that helps your marketing run on autopilot so you can fill your calendar with appointments. And obviously, what would an offer be without some bonuses, right? So bonus number 1, you guys will get access to the 1-sentence marketing strategy so you can attract the right prospects. You'll get access to a pitch perfect snapshot. We don't sell this anywhere. It's not available anywhere. This is actually formulated around your offer that you'll be creating. So it's super plug and play. And then you'll have lifetime access to all of the coaching call recordings. So you can review them anytime that you get stuck after the 4 weeks is up. So to get started, visit whitelabelsuite.com/offer. Normally something like this, this would be easily a $9.97 offer. We're going to work together with you guys if you decide to take advantage of this for only $2.97 for those 4 weeks. And Walt's just dropped that link in the comments there. But we'll get started actually on Monday with that homework, and then we'll be meeting depending on schedule and everything like that, and confirming with the participants who have joined. But would love to meet, Thursday, Friday, get that kicked off. But we'll get started on Monday with all the material, getting you guys the homework for the call that'll be coming up, and access to everything in that program.
Beautiful. So guys, again, just reiterating, this is the primary skill, right? Like, it genuinely doesn't matter what you have in your toolkit. If you can follow this framework, you can make sales, and you can get in front of the right audience. You can find and get people to engage with you. It's a skill that you can then charge a huge amount of money for, going into any organization that's running ads badly. And once you've gone through the framework, you can spot those from a mile away. You can find an ad that you just go, oh, that, like I said, we've been this city's top accounting firm for the last 25 years. If you'd like to blow your entire tax budget on never getting right advice, then call it. Like, what a bad ad's going to look like, right? But once you see it, you'll be able to spot it, and this framework will be able to help you take that same approach with clients moving forward. So I think for most entrepreneurs, Kyle, like we were talking about yesterday, just being able to craft an offer successfully on a system that you can repeat again and again and again opens so many doors, right? It allows you to position your product. It allows you to price correctly. It allows you to reduce the costs of your advertising. It allows you to get clients quickly. It's something that that really is that transportable skill to, no matter what it is, no matter when it is, if you can craft that offer in the best way, you're able to attract the right customers and close more sales. So yeah, again, guys, this becomes something that you can take with you forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, one of those things that we've noticed too is having somebody in your corner to say, hey, look, that would probably work, or sorry, that offer is going to fall flat on its face. Right? So having that group,
a lot cheaper than burning that money on ads, right? To find that out.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely cheaper than throwing money at the wall to see what sticks. But yeah, having that group, having that support, having somebody behind you to say, okay, yep, here's exactly how you do it, and here's what I would do with your offer. Here's how I would tweak it. Here's how I would formulate the pitch, and everything like that. Taylor asks, does it work if we still don't know who we want to work with? I've been offering free trials to any business I can talk to. So just getting started. Yeah, so Taylor, this is perfect to decide who you want to work with. When you're creating your offer, when you're looking at your business model, that is one of the first things that you want to get clear on. So this 4-week intensive will help you do that. Somebody is testing my Spanish here. I just got on Duolingo.
That's Melissa just asking if she can have a copy of this video. Yes, we will have that.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. We'll have the, so Melissa, to answer that question, and I'm sorry, I can't type in Spanish as fast as I can translate it. But yes, we'll have this video available for you in the members area. No problem.
Awesome. No problem.
So guys, like, again, let's think about what we're trying to achieve here. And always this is the question, right? So what are we trying to achieve? What are we trying to achieve? We're trying to achieve a way to fast track your sales. We want you to be able to create something that people buy from you. And again, what's a sale worth? If we talk Pete, thank you so much, Peter O'Donnell, for always being part of our weekly trainings. I know you had to get up extra early this week to be a part of it, just like I did. What's an average client worth for you, Pete? Just chuck it into the chat. Just give us a number. If we had one client come across the table for you guys, and not just Pete, but anybody, guys, what's a client worth? You bring in one client, so Pete says $5,000. Being able to craft this offer so that you can put it in front of a client, a potential client, and get them to say yes, is the predominant skill. And Kyle, we were talking about yesterday, the fact that this then becomes the framework you can regularly review, you can regularly repeat, regularly deploy anytime you need that cash injection to be able to boost that business coming through.
Yeah, Taylor, great question. So the offer is available until we get started next week on that. So until Monday. And so your other part of the question, help with getting clients, crafting the offer and deciding on who you're going to put that in front of, what kind of business model you're going to create, your pitch, everything like that. That's actually going to, getting clients is going to be the byproduct of that for you. So to answer your question there, yes, it'll also help with, getting clients. But
it's interesting that getting clients is a byproduct. So guys, watch this. And this was something that Kyle and I have talked about that came with one of our masterclass members, Arnix and Gal. All right, guys, like this is a hypothetical. So keep your credit cards in your wallet, right? But here's a hypothetical. If in the next 12 days, I can help you craft an offer and I can help you get $50,000 checks coming in at least 3 times a week. That means your business is going to be doing $150,000 a month. I'll craft the offer, build the team, create the advertising, get the engine running for you, and guarantee that you'll be making at least $100,000 a month after we finish all of the setup. Cost of the program is 10 grand, but I guarantee it. And if you don't have that success in the first 60 days, we'll double your money back, right? So you either make $100,000 minimum a month with an expectation of 150. We'll put it together for you in 12 days. We have all of our team working it for you. It'll be running fully, or I'll give you double your money back. Who's buying, right? So Carl's like, pick me, cool, mate. Yeah, like you don't actually ever have a customer problem. All right, let's do it again. We go, this is again hypothetical. I've got a brand new Ferrari F50 outside in the driveway, right? It cost me $412,000. Again, hypothetical, right? I'm driving a Volkswagen for my kids to take to school. So this is hypothetical, right? But if I've got a brand new Ferrari sitting in my driveway, it costs $412,000 with all the specs and details on it. But I can't fit my kids in the back seat, so therefore I'm just sick of it and I want to give it away. I'll give it to the first person that can come up with 10 grand. Right? How quickly could you come up with that 10 grand? It's literally never about the price of the product. It's never about the customers. It's not about finding customers. It's about the offer, right? So that one where I was talking about, the creating a business that works and runs for you, right? How many people, again, hypothetical, if that was a real thing, if we would build an entire working business for you, all your ads and everything running, guarantee you $100,000 a month income in the first month, how many people would come up with 10 grand, like within the next few days if you could? Give me a one if you would have taken that offer if it was real. Let me see. One says Daniel, one says Carl multiple times, one says Peter, all right? One says Taylor, Visa or MasterCard says David, so that's David saying yes as well. All right, guys, so we literally just made a hypothetical $40,000 in 30 seconds, right? Because 4 people said, yep, 10 grand, man, I'll take it all day, all right? All of the people would take that bet, Carl. Yeah, exactly. So it's not about finding customers because we just nailed like $50,000 worth of income in 30 seconds, right? So it's never about finding customers. It's about making sure that the offer is so good, people feel dumb saying no. Right. And that's why we want to make sure that this is a skill set that you guys can take with you. So in terms of, I love your comment there, Kyle, we're saying that getting customers is a byproduct. It absolutely is. Getting customers is a byproduct. When you get the offer so good, you'll actually have to say no to customers more often than you say yes, because you'll be saying, sorry, we're booked up this week. I can start, we have another spot opening for you in 30 days. But making sure the offer is right is the best use of your time as an entrepreneur. Because again, you can throw a lot of money and time at an offer that's wrong and get nothing. When you switch that around, you can make that something that changes lives and businesses moving forward. So very cool, Mr. Carl.
Yeah, and I love that the skill is transferable, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're selling white label suite. It doesn't matter if you're selling a chatbot from high level. It doesn't matter if the product never matters. It's always the offer. And perfect example of this, if you guys ever get the chance to check this out, but Dan Henry roasts businesses on YouTube for free. Like he would normally come into a business, charge them $100,000 to fix their problems and say, here's your offer. But he turned it into a show about roasting these guys as companies. And when he comes in there, it doesn't matter if they're selling toothpaste. He'll create $1 million offer around it because he has that skill set of creating an offer. And he'll show them exactly, like there's a before. They come in and says, okay, show me your offer. And they go, my XYZ product can help you get more business. And he's like, great. That was a pile of, and then he'll go through and get down to, okay, who does it help? Who do you serve? What's the problem that it solves? Go through all that. And by the end of it, they have a 60-second pitch that literally the owner of the company is like, okay, here's my credit card.
Right.
Because it like, again, it doesn't matter. He can jump into, because he's honed that skill in, he can jump into any business and show them, here's how you create an offer. So that's what we really want to help you guys with. And over 4 weeks, really dive into this and break down creation, ideation, exactly what model is going to help your business make money. If you're just getting started, even if you come in and say, look, my agency's been around for a couple of years, but there's a lull, there's a void, there's something that's not working. This will help you figure out what the missing structure is there and get that offer back in front of the right people for you.
So guys, just to give a little bit of weight to Kyle's position here. You guys have known myself and Johan for a while. Thank you so much for being part of our community. Kyle came to us, man, is it a couple of years ago, having created this exact same thing in his previous role with an agency, helping them just absolutely accelerate to the point where they were able to have a multi-7-figure exit. And Kyle completely turned their offer around, completely turned their system around, completely automated their business so that there was hands off. The man knows his stuff. Not only that, he's done this for years in multiple different environments across some of the biggest retailers in the world, agencies across the world. And he is a continual student of this art. I've never met anybody that studies the creation of offers and systems more than Kyle. When I introduce him, you guys hear me refer to Kyle as Mr. Kyle. And there's a real good reason for that. We introduce him as Mr. Kyle because what he does is nothing short of absolutely exceptional. And to be able to work with people in this team, 4 weeks, we want to stand right there next to you and help you guys succeed. That's the reason why we're here. So if we can help you get your next one sale, your next 5 clients, change the next month for you by tweaking just one thing that we're doing in the marketplace. And you might have been in business for a while and be, I can't quite crack it. That's what we're here for. You might be brand new going, I don't know what to sell. That's what we're here for. If you're, you might be, already crushing it going, I want to bring my ad spend down from $400 cost per acquisition down to an $80 acquisition. That's what we're here for. This creation of an offer is step one. And I think no matter what it was, no matter what business it is, guys, and again, your clients, if you're an agency and you're working with clients, your clients are paying you for results. So if you go into that client and you are you're charging them a fee, what they want is their business to succeed. And if your skill set also includes being able to look at what their offer is and how they're presenting it to the marketplace and change something, then working with you can have a massive impact on their bottom line. So your clients are paying you for results. And one of the fastest ways to get results is to understand how to create an offer in the right way so that literally wheels of economics can turn massively faster. So yeah, just again, Mr. Carl, wanted to absolutely give the weight behind working with you and putting the system together. So
Yeah, no, appreciate that. Yeah, as Walt mentioned, that's one of the things that kind of helped me obviously get in with White Label Suite. Because that was part of our conversation was, okay, great. We're here. We want to go here. And again, taking that skill and going, well, this is what I offer. Sold.
yeah, exactly. And you did it in an amazing way, bro. It was an incredible thing. So again, guys, like that opportunity. Shall we, if there's any questions, we'd love to ask for you guys, like jumping into a Q&A in terms of how we can create this. And again, thinking all of the slides that we ran through here can be sent out to you guys. So let's make sure that we get that to you and you can go through those frameworks. Make sure you understand those 10 steps, making sure that you've got that framework in play. We'll make that available. But if there's any questions on creating offers, let us know. We can jump straight in there. So actually, if anybody wants to do down the bottom of the Zoom, there's the reactions button. It's a little happy smiley face. If you want to ask a question, just click on the hands up and we will come across to you and unmute you. So pop your hand up or click on that one, I think. Makes it look like you've raised your hand. And then you can ask a question or you can type it in the chat. If we don't have any questions, this is what's going to happen. We are going to roll forward and get this out. And you guys can just jump in and join if you'd like. No offer, no business, no life, bad offer. Negative profit, no business, miserable life. There you go. Exactly right. Decent offer, no profit. Stagnating business, stagnating life. Good offer, some profit, okay business, okay life. Grand slam offer, fantastic profit, insane business and freedom. Alex Hormozi. You absolutely nailed it, Pete. So many, and actually, Kyle, do you want to just stop share for a second and make sure that link's correct on that slide before we reshare again? Guys, I just want to talk this through. So many entrepreneurs that I speak to literally on a daily basis struggling. It's a tough road. The reason we choose it is because we want the freedom that's at the end, right? Not one of us chose the entrepreneurial path thinking to ourselves, all I want to do is struggle every day. We all chose that path so that we can achieve freedom at the end of it, right? We wanted freedom of time. We wanted freedom of finances. We want freedom of relationships, freedom of purpose. These are the reasons why we chose this path. And as Peter just popped so eloquently there as a quote from Alex Hormozi, the difference in business, the difference in struggle from day to day can be so simply solved by making sure that what you're taking to market follows a proven success framework. You can be amazed with the difference. And you know what? It's not about lowering your prices. Let me be really clear about that. It's not about lowering your prices. In so many cases, it's about increasing your prices. It's about speaking to less people about a more specific problem and getting them to just go, here's my credit card. You obviously understand me. You hear me. You know what I'm talking about. You're my guy. Come work with me. So changing your offer can absolutely change your business. Guys, is there anybody that would like to ask questions of Mr. Kyle while you've got him on the call, or me? Anything that we can help with, we would absolutely love to do so. Nick, are you actually in Singapore, or is that just like, I'll unmute you so you can, I know that that's a background, but are you actually in Singapore right now?
Not right now, I'm not, but I'm half Singaporean. I've lived there for over 20 years, and I was actually quite a part of that MBS project. So
nice. So why aren't you there right now? Where are you?
I'm in Las Vegas right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why you're not there. All right. Being in Las Vegas is a nice way to go, man. There must be some incredible conferences in Vegas right now. There seems like the whole world is walking down Main Street of Vegas, but popping into different conferences every day. Is that life in Vegas?
It's pretty constant, that's for sure. It's but we've just had like this last month the Master Photographers Convention. And that was
Wow.
that's become in the thousands and so forth.
Wow.
Part of,
Man, there's a niche, there's a specialty in so many different areas. Who would have dreamt it? Did you go to that one?
No, actually a couple of clients did, and so we have photographer clients. So
Amazing. So, sorry, I'm always talking shop, but just thinking about that, you've got a couple of photographers as clients. One of the things about photographers, and again, translate this to any business, you guys. One of the things about photographers is that they expect their work to do the talking for them, right? So most photographers and businesses that I've seen, and this can translate to every restaurant's the same, wedding planners the same. They put up their portfolio. It's like beautiful shot, beautiful shot, beautiful shot, beautiful shot. Book me here, and you're like, that's not an offer, right? And the offer is so simple to craft around somebody that's got incredible skill, but the offer then is, thinking along that same framework. If you're a family and want to capture your precious moments and worry that time is slipping by and you've never had an opportunity to really get that portrait that'll stay with you forever, what you really need is a professional who's had 25 years worth of experience to make sure that your precious memories are framed and on your wall within 7 days. Like it's easy to think about making sure that people just want to give you that credit card over and over again. And so many businesses, again, guys, so many businesses thinking about your clients, right? So many businesses expect their portfolio to do the talking for them. I gave that stupid example before. We've been a top accounting firm in this city for the last 25 years. Come and find out why, right? The very simplest example I've ever given of this when I was talking about teaching, creating offers. If it's lunchtime, right? And we're all going down for lunch and we get down to a place where there's 2 restaurants, right? And the first restaurant says, we're open. There's a chalkboard out the front, open, exclamation mark. Great. And the restaurant next door to them has the same chalkboard, but it says, come on in and get a free glass of wine with your main meal. Like, you know what? When the owner of the first restaurant races out the door and says, we'll give you a free wine. Too late. I've already decided. I chose so quickly that it literally doesn't matter right now that you'll match me. And so many of our clients have a chalkboard at the front that says we're open, right? And then there's a little startup down the corner that's offering a free glass of wine and there's a queue out the door. And you're like, what are those guys doing different? They're making an offer. They're making an offer that helps a buyer go, cool, just make it easier for me. Make it easy for me to spend money with you. That's what we're talking about with creating this framework. So great to see you, Nick. Thanks so much for jumping on, man. I appreciate you. All right. Taylor says, having a little gin over here while finishing up some work for the day. I love it. We're at the other side of the world, Taylor, myself anyway. That's why I was late to the call this morning. So having gin with my breakfast cereal is not something that's socially acceptable, but my coffee's kicked in right now. So I'm doing all right over here. Mr. Carl, what else we got, man?
Yeah, so Carl actually asked a great question. So he wanted to know a little bit more on the course format. For example, is it live? What days? And can he still get the same information, replays, everything like that if he's not able to attend? So yeah, Carl, the format here is a live class. So I'll actually provide you with a little bit of homework before we meet. And what that'll help us do, obviously part of the fast track here is get you the material that you need. You'll get started on that. The first class will be going over, let me just pull this back up over here for you guys. So week 1 will actually be about picking the right business model strategy, and basically decide, okay, this is going to be the best way that I want my business to make money, what my market is asking me for as far as the model goes. That's going to be the first week. So this is every week we'll have a live group setting with a class. You'll get that homework ahead of time. We'll review those things during that, and then we'll walk you through, okay, here's what's going to work best for you. Here's the feedback I have on that. So it'll be strategy. It'll be walking you through everything that you need to do there and providing that feedback for you. Week 2 will be all about that irresistible offer. So we're going to get clear on, all right, based on your market, your model, here's exactly who you serve, the problem you solve, and how. Week 3 will be about that pitch. So we're going to break down even further. I gave you guys a glimpse of an instant pitch, but I've also got the epic pitch. We've got mini pitch. We have, different pitches that you guys can go through based on, is this a VSL? Is it for my website? Is it a social media post? Because after you guys go through this course, you're always going to be making offers and doing a pitch. It's not a one and done, right? So you're going to need this skill even after this class. You're going to need it after, maybe you've created a different service or product. This is going to be something that you always need for that. So for really what we wanted to end this with, you got all the elements as far as here's what I do, here's who I do it for, how I solve that problem, how it's delivered. Now I need something to run in the background as I'm out there making offers, putting, pitching people, getting everything out there. I need something that's going to run on autopilot so I can fill my calendar, right? That's where that pitch perfect funnel comes in. So I'm going to show you exactly how to take all of those elements we would have created over the last, 3 weeks as part of this course and plug those into a funnel that's going to run on autopilot for you guys.
So just a couple of questions that have come through there. Taylor's asked, is it a one-on-one call or is it a group call? It's a small group. So it's going to be a group call, but with a really tight focus there, Taylor. So we're probably expecting, I would say, 6 to 10, somewhere like that, Mr. Kyle, I would say, of people that are going to be walking through this workshop with us. Obviously, we'll cap that number. If it gets too high, we'll just take the offer down, but it starts Monday. So it's going to be a small group. And Gianna says, curious about what time of day the live call will be. Gianna's in Australian Eastern Standard Time. Do we have any thoughts on that yet, Mr. Kyle, in terms of timing of the day?
So don't have a time yet. As Walt mentioned, it's going to be a small group. So really just working together with those who sign up and saying, okay, here's going to be the best, time or at least window to meet. And if we need to adjust that, obviously we can work together on that so you can at least, attend most of those live trainings. If not, you'll have access to everything as well as the replay, all the material that'll be provided for these sessions. So.
Perfect. Thanks. Thank you. Jamie, Jamie's just said that they didn't get the time on this one. So because we changed our time for this week, we're normally 5 p.m. Eastern, but it was just a little bit of a different time this week. So guys, thank you so much. Again, I think the what do we call it? The keystone skill, the primary skill, being able to look at a business where you're at and your business specifically, being able to understand what you offer and who you offer it to, and then putting that into a workable autopilot business system that allows you to continually make offers and get clients, make offers and get clients. And one of my big things is making sure you're making the right offers to the right clients, so you're working less and making more, right? And how is that possible? If we look and say, rather than charging what you've been charging up until now, like Pete, you said your average client was $5,000. If we could change the offer and make an average client $50,000, but you worked with 10 times less clients, so you have one client paying you 50 instead of 10 clients paying you 5, you can put a lot more effort and a lot more time and a lot more care into a $50,000 client and still have a better life as a result, right? So it's not, as entrepreneurs, it's not about burning yourself out. It's literally the opposite of that. It's about making sure your time is maximized so that you can do the very best work you can with the clients that can see you at your best and therefore pay for you at your best. So we want to make sure that we're creating that offer for you so that you can sell it for more to less people and make more money, or increase the team and the systems around you and therefore scale and still have the time that goes with that. the freedom of time that goes with that. So looking forward to getting it started. It's going to be amazing. And again, our entire company exists for the success of you guys. If we get that right, if we help you be successful, that's literally how we grow our business. So what's in it for us? When you're successful, we're successful. So we have a vested interest in making sure that that works. That's why we're doing this. This is not some altruistic, we just want to be great people. We do. But the reality is, if we help you make a heck ton of money, then we'll do the same and our company grows. And we've proven that over and over again. So we want to help you make money. Let us do that. If anybody's against that, then that's fine. We can't help you. But if you want us to help you make money, then getting your offer right and getting the framework behind that set up correctly is your absolute crucial first step. We can't wait to kick that off with you guys. So cool. whitelabelsuite.com/offer. If you do want to work with Mr. Kyle and the team and myself coming in and out and help you get that offer dialed in so that you can serve better, that's what we'd love to do with you guys. If there's no other questions, we'd love to see you in the calls coming up. Done and done.